Hey my darlings, it's Sophie here. Are you feeling really overpowered by stress? So unfortunately, there are many times in our lives when stresses creep in and they cause great angst. You know what? Because life is really busy and work and kids and school and responsibilities can seem overwhelming at times. But do you feel stress is getting you down? So here are some tips to help you deal with stress and its after effects. Stress has become a major cause of anxiety and panic attacks. If not dealt with, it can have an incapacitating effect on your life. More often than not, most people with type A personalities are prime candidates for stress-induced symptoms. Perfectionism they seek in everything they do never quite measures up to their expectations. This is not a perfect world, and it's time those who live in it realize that they aren't perfect either. So most people deal with stress in different ways. Either they ignore the initial problem which caused it, retreat within themselves, or completely fall apart. However, those who recognize the signs and nip it in the bud before it completely takes over, that's what we need to do. Using simple exercises can relieve the onset of stress. For example, while sitting at your desk and work, breathing exercises can bring you back into a calm state. Going outside for some fresh air also helps. Walking or running for 20 minutes can release those endorphins, which help relieve stress. Listening to music that you love lowers the blood pressure and brings calm within. Sometimes, however, stress reveals itself in other ways. Lightheartedness, an inability to focus, feelings of pressure, palpitations are all symptoms of stress. Moreover, continued stress can produce anxiety, panic, and the fight or flight syndrome. There's one such case of how stress can completely overwhelm and in some cases debilitate. Have you ever been called into an office? Perhaps it's big and large and comfortable, and as you were talking, you suddenly find it hard to breathe, you began to lose focus and started to get a queasy feeling in your stomach. Maybe you could no longer concentrate and you felt that you had to run out of the room, you had to leave the situation, the scenario. So unbeknownst to us, we've just experienced an anxiety attack brought on by stress. However, while there was nothing stressful going on at the time, you can later identify the cause. An unpleasant thought may have entered your mind while you were talking, and that could have caused fear to take over, forcing you to flee, to leave. So upon further examination, it was determined, and it can be determined, that the stresses in our own lives start to overspill and they then start to filter into our working days. So if stress is getting you down, examine the cause, determine the origin, discuss it with a professional or a loved one. Stress, if not acted upon, can cause really serious health problems, and we're going to try and avoid it at all costs if we can.